I'm sitting like this for a few seconds because I can't change the thumbnail. And I know it's somewhere in the first few seconds of the video, so yeah, my computer's broken, so I can't change the thumbnail. These videos are going to be very basic until I at least A, figure out what's wrong, or get a new laptop, which is super expensive. We'll see which happens first. Anyways, please bear with me. These are going to be very basic and very standard. I appreciate you even watching these at all. Not that I've done a whole lot of other than basic and standard to these videos in the first place, but anyways, I digress. So today I'm going to talk about the latest episode of Black Clover, episode 87, Formation of the Royal Knights. So, of course, Asta passed. Whoever thought that he wouldn't? I mean, come on. Yeah, they ended in a draw, but we all know who really won that fight. So, him, Noelle, and some others that you obviously assumed were going to pass. So, not really a huge surprise there, but the last two episodes were kind of a filler. That's why I haven't done a review of the series for a couple of weeks, is because I didn't really feel it was necessary for a filler episode. But yeah, it was a filler episode of Yami and Vengeance and how they became, good friends and rivals, and just kind of a good couple episodes. I mean, I'd watch them if you are curious as to like a little bit of background, but not super necessary for the story. This episode didn't have a whole lot more to add to the story, but it is setting up for what's going to be happening. So it is important to watch this one if you are curious as to what is going to continue to happen. Anyways, we still don't know who the spy is for the Eye of the Midnight Sun, which I find kind of curious, like why we haven't figured that out yet, but obviously that's leading off to something bigger and better than what we're at right now. So let's just be patient and see what it is that comes up with and who else there is going to be. Anyways, of course, Zora is back. Zora, or Xerxes, as he was called before. So I'm not super surprised that he is back in the picture, because I feel that he's going to be a very important part of the group and a very important part of the magic bulls that they are. And so I just thought that was really cool that he came back and now he's finally going to be in a group. And so that's really cool. I have my reservations on these new members that joined that didn't participate in the tournament that was. And Cobb and Shervin or whatever the hell his name was. I don't know, whatever. But like, I have my reservations about these guys. Like, who are they? Why are they suddenly joining now? Like, I don't understand that at all, but whatever. So I guess we'll see if that means anything or not, whether they're like thrown into the mix because they're trusted, or if there's something that you need to be suspicious about before you can like kind of trust them into the group, whatever. Noelle also joined, which is one of Noelle's older brothers. So I guess we'll kind of see how that turns out, if there's going to be any turmoil there between him and Noelle. Another thing that I was like noticing is that Light and both use the 4-leaf clover book. Why is it that they both use the 4-leaf clover book, but they are so different in their magic? Like, maybe I'm not thinking about this deeply enough. Maybe I'm not smart enough to pick up on this, but like, it feels like since their magics are so different, why is it they are using the same book? Obviously specializes in wind magic, and Light is, well, obviously Light. And so, I mean, like, how is it they're able to use the same book? I feel like there might be something hidden underneath that we just don't know yet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not thinking about this clearly. Either way. Light was going to have a child with the human, which I thought also was something that was kind of interesting. Like, I feel like they're going to delve more into that as like the story maybe kind of goes on. I know that's part of like what he hates about humans in general. And because there's more to that battle that they haven't really talked about yet that I feel like will be uncovered as time goes on. So I'm curious to see how that goes on and how that kind of comes up. Anyways, I paused it because I couldn't think of my sign off, because as per usual, I did not think of that before I started this video. honestly, you would think that I would think of that before anything else because it's the one thing that I always do in all of my videos, but for some reason, I had not thought of that yet. Occasionally I do, but I had not this time. Anyways, regardless, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at RobyCatX. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment if you feel so inclined about any of the videos that I've put out or anything that you have to say. I look at all of them, whether it's good or bad, and my response will depend on if it's good or bad, but whatever, that's not the point. I know you're all nice people. Anyways, or don't, because I will fight you in the tournament and I will turn you into the Midnight Sun.